right, so I'm gonna record now. I think what I'm gonna do is at 11, I'm gonna stop this recording during our break and start a new one just to make sure it's actually saving and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So let me get my notes out, and wow, I was not expecting that.
Make sure you have your output folder on like a large capacity drive. I made that mistake one time.
I don't know what that means, Fluxy.
You're gonna have to walk them through it.
Like the place that it saves the movie, the video.
Yeah, it's
that you're
saving.
recording?
It's saving just to my videos thing.
Okay. Okay.
So if that works, it
I
seems
just wondering if you're gonna run out of space or not.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'm nervous about. We'll find out.
Alicia's also recording.
Yeah.
Oh, you
So
are?
Yeah, she just said that in Gen Chat.
Yeah, I got it set up to where I'll record too. That way, if something happens to yours, I have a massive NAS drive, so it'll be able to save it.
Started to record.
There we go.
So between the three of us, we'll have a
cohesive video.
Yeah, well, perfect.
Combined, we have one brains.
Can I just say?
I'm gonna do it too.
Can I?
Not on my piece of shit Mac. I'm not.
Can I ask a quick campaign question?
Yes, go ahead.
Was there a decision on whether or not we took a short rest at the end of last episode?
Well, that's what I was actually gonna ask. I was actually gonna ask tonight if you wanted to say that you took a long rest before, headed to the train station, or if you wanted to rest on the train.
Gotcha. Okay.
So we'll be up to you.
Dad would make us sleep.
Well, what time of day is it when we get out of the store?
Well, we
got there at night.
Yeah, you got there at night.
Oh, we did?
Because
Then,
the farm thing with the Ravenwoods was like late afternoon, so then the thing was night. So,
okay.
So you want to say that you rested then? Like long rested before the station?
Dad would have made us go to sleep before we went to the train, for sure.
Okay, perfect.
I like that idea, but like, where are we sleeping exactly?
I'm really excited for the train, so I'm not gonna make you RP this long rest. So we're just gonna say that you slept in it and you had money for it, and you were good.
Okay.
I'm determined to get to the train.
That's
yes.
I made
to go on that train and you're gonna like it.
I made a train map. I'm determined to get to the train.
Oh yeah, I'm ditching my lawn.
Okay, so hello everyone. If you're listening to this episode's not live because NordVPN was being a dick and I couldn't figure it out, but hopefully next time we'll have it figured out. I might be able to find a way to show the video live on Twitch. I don't know how to do that at the top of my head. Either way, you'll get the episode somehow, alright? It's coming. We're trying. So, good evening everyone. Late start. So much for starting on time for once. We're not live, but just a quick remember, 18 plus only, please. Improv acting, I can foresee some triggers I can't. Some common ones that in this campaign are going to be blood and injury, violence, combat, swearing, moderate amounts of potty humor, mind control, amnesia, and betrayal and backstabbing. We're going to go from probably 10 to midnight tonight with a break at 11. This doesn't matter so much because it's not live, so it won't probably feel that long to you, but we're probably gonna go for 2 hours. This has been the weirdest start of a session ever. But into our recap. So tonight we pick up where we left off from last session. The group decided that they long rested before headed to the train station, so just keep that in mind. So in episode 1, in our first live streamed episode, the party visited the forest store in the town of Woodhurst in the country of Alphos. The party visited the store in the hopes of acquiring new gear and some answers. Some of the most relevant questions the party has been asking are: who or what is the Remembrance Guild? Who are the half-orc women and the half... Wow, I did not prove... Can't talk and I didn't prove these notes. Who are the half-orc women and the half-elf woman in the photo they found? What is Ferentz's connection to the half-elf woman in the photo? He seems to know her. Who is Scarecrow? Scarecrow was this god in disguise that the party met in a pre-stream episode. Scarecrow is afraid of quote-unquote her. They don't know who she is, so who is she? Who is the mysterious green cloaked drow that Scarecrow feels like they portrayed? And then by talking to Lizzie, a halfling, and Henry, the half-elf, who were both shopkeepers from the forest store, the party learned that a Remembrance Guild recruiter might be able to answer some of these questions. Accepting a quest to meet undercover half-orc agent in the Dracoa Republic, the party is now tasked with finding the missing recruiter. And like the party decided, they decided that they got a full night's rest, so it is now the next morning. Are you early risers? Are you going to the train station right at 8 a.m.? Like, is it more like brunch time? What time do you think you're headed to the train station, friends?
Finn is up at like 6 a.m. No one else is.
So,
but
I would
he's
say
just,
Basil.
like, hops awake.
Basil's probably up with Finn. Honestly, Basil is an early riser.
that makes two.
I was gonna say, Lim, you don't actually know when Lim woke up because Lim still has a mask on and is just sitting there really still. But you're not sure if they're awake or not, or if they're just like sitting there asleep, or if they're just listening quietly.
Okay, there's not a morning person. They're like in a daze, just drooling and walking around, trying to wake up.
Valid.
Yeah, Callie tends to stay up late working on stuff, so she'd be getting up a little late too. Probably closer to like 7:45.
Awesome. Was that everyone? Has everyone explained how they're awake?
I think so.
I think so?
Yeah.
Okay. A few other little patch notes real quick is Caleb can't be here tonight. I've decided, for the sake of my sanity, being a new DM, if you can't be here, your character's going to be knocked out somehow. So Franz is going to be knocked out soon, but he is awake right now, and I'm just going to say that he's eating breakfast quietly or whatever. Another patch note was Basil wasn't here last time, and we're just going to say that you've caught Basil up to speed and that they had just taken a nap when you went to the store instead of going to the store with you or whatever. So that's our little, like, tiny plot hole patch. Not that it was a big deal. Stormy sending me distracting memes as I'm looking at my
Sorry.
notes. No, you're good.
Sorry.
You should post it. You might have posted it already, but
Okay, I'll post it. I made a funny meme.
Oh, and for reference for viewers, they are in the country of Alphos, and then they're going to be headed up to a collection of countries, which is like a kind of like unification countries called the Dracoa Republic. If I can talk tonight, the Dracoa Republic is like a group of 38 countries that have like a very wintry kind of like Arctic atmosphere, and that's where they're going to be heading to find this missing recruiter. And so, who was going to say something? Or did I imagine hearing it?
I was laughing at a meme.
Okay. Okay.
Train time.
So yeah, I'm excited to be on the train, so we're not gonna do a ton of train station stuff, but okay, so you have your breakfast, you're all mostly was it split? Half morning, half not morning people?
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you had a mix. I'm gonna say that you all slowly, do your morning routines, get your breakfast. Unlike Caleb, who DMs a group that I'm a player in, there is no morning attack. You do get to eat your breakfast in peace.
Don't call them out when they're gone. Come on.
I kid in
Rude.
jest. Like, listen. This little poke is revenge for all the times that they've made my wizard get stuck in a bear trap. Okay, like this is mild revenge. Ferenz has not.
You have bear traps, but like we get to eat our breakfast just fine.
I want bear traps.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
For those of you at home, there will be no bear traps in this campaign because Avery will not stand for it.
No ankles were snatched in the
Bear
making of this
traps.
podcast.
Yeah, bear traps have been outlawed in
Listen,
Alphos.
I saw A Quiet Place. I saw what they can do to you. Because there's a scene in A Quiet Place too where this character steps in bear traps. I've seen what it does to ankles, so like, at least Hollywood-wise, and I'm like, that's disgusting, no more. We're done. No more bear traps.
Yeah, I think Finn is, like, after he has his breakfast, remembers that they're going someplace really cold and, like, digs around in his bag for, like, something warm.
Yeah, I'm
Maybe
gonna...
some, Oshel.
Yeah.
So maybe not.
I'm gonna say that, I'll say that you guys got, like, all the wintry gear you would need to, like, not get frostbite, because I don't feel like dealing with frostbite mechanics, so you're not gonna die of cold. So we're gonna pretend you have all your mittens and jackets and stuff, because I don't want to deal with that. Too many mechanics. No, I'm not. We're not getting into that.
Finn's wintry clothes are the exact same color as his like sweater,
They're more,
which is like a gold.
There are more entertaining ways of killing your character, so I'm not gonna have them slowly freeze to death. So
valid.
Yet. That is an excellent point. So you got all your gear, you got your breakfast, you're at the train station. It's a small town train station. And it's pretty early, so it's not super busy. You do see there were 3 little rabbit folk kind of manning like the little booth thing. I don't know, just call it a booth. They're all identical. They're all like white and black spotted rabbits. These are the Newberry siblings. They're famous for no one can tell them apart. One is a girl, one's a guy, one's non-binary, but they honestly all don't mind really what pronouns you use. And they see you walk up and they go, "Oh, where are you headed off to so early? You know, most people don't get on trains around here till around lunchtime."
Well, we kind of have a thing we gotta do. It's secret.
We're heading north.
We had to wake up early for that.
I'm a morning person. That's it.
Yeah, I wake with the sun, so.
We're just on the morning train. I like your spots.
Thank you. I was born with them. I'm told that they're very cute, but honestly, it just worked out that way. Because if it wasn't cute, I would be kind of stuck with them. So it's nice that you're nice. Because some people aren't. Some people are like, "Why do you have spots if you're a rabbit? Shouldn't you be Dalmatian?" And I'm like, "Listen, rabbits come in all colors, okay?"
Basil is just like, "I have spots too, and I was born with them as well," and just points at his freckles.
Me too.
That's cute.
Yay, spots.
Freckles solidarity.
The Newberry siblings like
Spot
stack on top of each other, so like one of them can get closer because they're all shorter than you. But when they stack, they get high enough where like they can see, but they're like, "Oh yeah, I see now. Maybe we do all in a way have spots. That's really cute. I like your spots are like really really tiny, like little like needle pricks or something. That's really cute."
Basil just like blushes like a very dark red and is just like gets a little flustered and is like, "Oh, thank you."
Also, by the way, this whole time you're interacting with these 3 rabbit folk siblings, they're like alternating who talks, and you basically have no idea who you're talking to at any point in time because they just keep alternating, and they all look exactly the same. They're even dressed the same. They all have like a little like a little blue coat and like pants, and then they got like little black dress shoes, and they got like a little red bow tie. They look very like official. That being said, their personalities aren't very official. They're very like energetic, and they're all like. There's a line starting to build up behind you, but they don't seem to notice or care. They're all like focused on you and like talking about your little freckles.
This imagery is adorable, Avery. I'm dying over here.
We're just holding up the line. We're like, everyone has spots. Body positivity. Meanwhile, everyone's like, I gotta get to work.
It's like, I'm sorry, it's friendship time now.
So where
it just turns back to the line like, sorry everyone. I'm kidding.
So where are you headed to so early for your quote unquote business? And one of them like raises their eyebrows like, "Oh," like hinting at like suggestive business. Like one of them's like onto you.
Do we know where exactly in the
Heading
Dracoa
north.
Republic we're going?
Or are we going there and we're not there yet?
So you were told that the undercover agent is part of like the Dracoa Republic Guard, and they're kind of like a mix of like defense forces and like Coast Guard and that sort of thing, and that the undercover agent would meet you in like well, you're going to an ice cave because that's where the recruiter went missing. But there is an ice cave near the border, so you're basically meeting them near the border, and the undercover agent is gonna like meet you like halfway. You don't know their name or really what they look like. The only thing you know is that the undercover agent is a half-orc. So you have a vague idea. Either way, it sounds like someone's going to be picking you up from, like, either the station or close to the station. Like, you're basically going to take the train and go to, like, the first station in the Dracoa Republic, and then you'll be fine. Like, that's...
Okay.
I haven't named all the countries in Dracoa Republic, so that's what we're going with.
That's it.
Yeah.
I think what Finn says is, "Oh, we're just going to visit some family in the Dracoa Republic, so..."
I knew one of the other Newberry siblings perks up at this and is like, "Oh my gosh, it's so cold up there, but I suppose if you like skiing and stuff like that, I'm sure you have a good time. Are you folks like into the outdoors, or are you just gonna like stay inside and like share stories in the fire? Like, you know, we haven't been there," and they motion to all three siblings, but we've heard it can be very nice if you stay mostly inside.
Well, I'm planning on staying mostly inside with my ankle victory. I don't know what everyone else is gonna do, but we're just all sort of sticking together.
I don't like the
so we don't
cold.
freeze. Mhm.
Well, the good news for you folks is due to the most recent news, which I'm sure you've heard about with like the whole ice mining and the saber-toothed tigers and the wolves and all of the craziness going up on that region right now. The good news is tickets are really cheap. It's actually just 1 copper per person. So if you just slide some across the counter here to us, you can get your tickets fast and be on the train in no time. So we will miss you though, because it's not every day you meet someone with spots.
Aw.
Callie just says cool and puts a copper on the counter, slides it to him.
Basil has started crying and
Oh!
is like, "I'll miss you too," and gives them 2 copper and just walks away.
I'll leave a copper and like run after Basil like, "Wait, hold
No,
on."
I'm gonna use.
okay.
Lim is gonna use one of the extra
Silence
copper.
after Basil starts crying.
Lim is gonna use one of the extra copper that Basil put down because Lim doesn't have anything on them but gold coins. I have no
Oh,
copper,
I'm so
only gold.
sorry. I cut out there. I didn't hear what you guys said.
I said you put 2 copper out on the counter, and then because you love the rabbits, and I'm gonna use one of those copper to pay for my ticket because I don't have any copper. I only have gold.
Oops. Oopsie doops.
So I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm with that one.
That one. Oh my god.
Well, one of the siblings goes, "Nice to meet y'all. Hope you come back soon. And don't forget, your little spots are cute." And all three just kind of wave, and then like, as they wave, the people in line like clear their throat or like, "Excuse me, I've been here for 10 minutes." They're like, oh, sorry. And then they go to help the next person in line. So give me a second to switch maps for you.
Ooh.
Train
train
map,
map.
train
New
map.
map. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
no.
Can I just say I'm so happy that I made it like a canon trait of Basil's that he just cries like constantly.
All the
That's
time.
All the
Aw.
time he's crying. Soft boy.
Love him.
Where are we sitting?
So there is like a
Yeah, where should I-
so the first car is like if you don't plan on taking a nap, I think that's where like you'd stay.
Okay.
The next car is like if you're feeling tired or whatever, you can go there. They do have plumbing on these trains, and if you see the little corners with like the toilet, there is bathrooms if you need a little potty break. Liv's already in the
I
bathroom.
just had to test out how well it fit over the toilet, and it fits very nice, so
It
we're
fits-
good.
I didn't check that, so I'm glad it worked out. It's it's a very nice train. It's like all wooden floors on the inside. There's like the stereotypical like red velvet cushions. There's like a red and gold rug that like winds the middle path. You can walk in between cars. Like there is like you can open the doors. None of them are locked except for like where the is driver the right word for someone using a train?
Conductor?
Driver? Pilot?
Conductor.
Conductor.
It's a
I was-
conductor.
Engineer.
I was like, what is
I
the
believe
word?
Engineer. I believe.
So,
engineer drives it, and the conductor is the person who comes and takes the tickets.
Okay, so in that case,
Thank you, Polar Express, for that knowledge.
yeah, so
Yeah.
basically anywhere that's like most meant for just staff or like just like the fuel card, like those are gonna be like locked, but like all the passenger ones you can go in between. It is mostly empty right now because it is true with the news, you know, with all the craziness with like the ice cave mining and the collapses, and the rise of like saber-tooth tigers coming back and wolves coming back. In the quote-unquote dragon sighting that no one's confirmed, like it's not a super hot spot for people to travel to right now. There are like a few other people. Like there is like, there's like a little goblin family. There's the goblin family is like 2 moms and their baby, and the baby's like so little it's just sleeping right now. They're very cute. There is like one. There's one like Triton man. He's really cool. He's actually an Arctic Triton, so he's actually got like he basically looks kind of like snowy or icy, and it look basically and you can see he has some like kind of like well-loved jackets and that sort of thing. He looks like he's well prepared to go home. He doesn't have a lot of luggage. Like you're assuming that he's basically just headed home from like a trip or something. Like he's going home, whereas the other ones might be tourists. So the goblin family might be tourists. Your group, not gonna lie, definitely looks like tourists. So yeah, so there's not a whole lot of people in that car right now. There are a bunch of people sleeping because it is like I'm gonna say probably around 8 or 9ish in the morning. There is you do have I think stewardess is the right term for people working on the train for refreshments. There is a stewardess. There's a Warforged stewardess. She's mostly like made of bark and moss. You can see like a few gears in between like gaps of her wood plating. So like she's almost like a mix of like nature, magic, and steam powered. She's kind of just walking up and down the aisles, making sure people can put their luggage away. She thinks like the Goblin family's the cutest thing ever, and she like asks them how old the baby is and what's their name and that sort of thing. And she's just like very sweet. Her name is Hug, and if you wanted refreshments or wanted to ask her about anything about the Dracoa Republic, she actually has worked this train line for decades now. So if you had questions about that sort of thing, you could talk to her. There are a few other like workers on the train, but she's like really the one that meant to be the point of contact for the customers. So I'll leave it up to you if you want to talk to her.
Yes, ma'am. Can I have a ginger ale?
Hug like just notices you and she goes, "Of course." Weird question, but I do get a lot of weird requests, so I feel like it all balances out. You are alright with cold drinks, right? Or do you want that warmed up? Because I know some people get pretty chilly pretty fast and want all of their things hot. Do you want that cold or hot?
Cold is fine.
Alright. Does any of your friends want anything?
Hot, please.
You want hot
Well,
ginger
hot
ale?
ginger ale.
Yes.
Valid.
Oh, and you
Yeah, why
know...
don't you just get a hot chocolate?
I mean, we are on a train. Hot chocolate.
Do you have any cheese?
We do have cheese.
Hot cheese.
It can be hot, but it is like the kind of cheese that you would just cut up and maybe nibble on a snack. I don't know if you really want a puddle of cheese. I could see if there's bread to put that on if you want bread with some hot cheese on top.
Celery?
Actually, I'll just check the cheese itself. If I could.
Okay, so was that
Just
also
some cheese.
just cold cheese for you?
Just cold cheese, please.
Okay, just cold cheese. And then you still want to just hot cheese in your hot ginger ale?
And some celery if you have it.
And then hot or cold celery?
Cold celery.
Okay.
Sorry.
Kelly just like, I'd like a hot chocolate,
Guess what?
please.
I would also like a hot chocolate, but Finn And the entire time, as Basil is trying to explain, like, no, I just want cold cheese. He's just looking at him like, what the fuck? What is this conversation? Just completely baffled.
All right, so anyone else have any orders or for food and drink?
No, I think that's.
Oh, if you have little biscuits, that would be cool too.
Oh
Ooh,
yes,
yeah.
we do, of course.
Please.
Do you want those just room temperature or warmed?
Not warmed. It's for Snickerdoodle.
All right. Yeah, of course. And then she like just notices all of your pets, and she goes, "Oh my goodness, aren't they the cutest? And they're so well behaved." What is your pet's name?
Snickerdoodle.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
And what is the little rat's name over here?
And Theodore, the cheese is for him.
You know, that makes a bit more sense. I mean, I wouldn't judge you if you wanted cheese for breakfast, but that does make a bit more sense. Oh, aren't you two the cutest? You know, that's so funny. I used to know a Theodore. I mean, I guess it's a common name, kind of like how John's a common name, but, yeah, there's no way you're the Theodore I know, because my Theodore is not a rat, and she, like, gently pats his head, and, like, Theodore gives her, like, the most confused expression ever. Like, what is happening? And she goes,
Basil?
And she goes, "Oh yes, my Theodore. Oh my gosh, the Theodore I know. He was a really tall elven man, and well, no one's seen him for quite a while. But there's no way you're him. No, you're not. You're just a silly, cute little rat." And Theodore's just like, I mean, he's not like scared or anything. He just looks really confused and is just like letting her pet him.
Avery, can I do an insight check to see if my Theodore, is her Theodore turned into a rat?
That would explain the
We sniffed it out.
intelligence.
I don't think you'd
Immediately.
be able to tell if he was the Theodore she know, but you'd be able to tell if like maybe there was some sort of like magical effect on him that was making him a rat. So if you want to like do an Arcana check or something.
Okay,
Do one too,
okay,
just for
we're
the
gonna
heck of
do
it.
this. Did it show up? It didn't make a little
It
poop
did.
noise.
It did.
So the two of you like
Oh, okay,
look at
cool.
Theodore, look at her, look at each other, and like repeat that process, and then your eyes widen, and you just realize this person has been given a rat curse. This is not a fucking rat. Like this was originally a person. You don't know if it's exactly the Theodore she knows, but this isn't a rat. This is a person cursed to be a rat.
My mic didn't pick it up, but I literally screamed.
Oh my god.
Theodore used to be a person?
Yeah, it was cursed to be a rat, but you don't know if it's like the person she's thinking of or someone else. You just know that a curse has been put on them.
What? Wait, what? Did we
Question
actually
is,
just
did
go
you
like
name
a
them
B
Theodore?
plot? Oh my
Do
god.
I just have this knowledge, or like is everybody suddenly in on this
Well,
now?
both you and both Basil and Lynn passed the check, so you both realized, and I'll leave it up to you to share with the others.
I'm not gonna say anything. So if Basil wants to tell everybody, I'm just gonna sit here with this sudden, horrifying realization that the rat that we've been traveling with is actually a person.
No.
I think Basil's probably gonna wait until the stewardess leaves and then just kind of whisper it to the party so he won't freak anybody like outside of it out. But he's suddenly very uncomfortable with Theodore and just kind of takes him out of his jacket and sets him next to him.
Do we have to like give him
Yeah.
clothes now?
I think we do. I think we have to make him small rat clothes now.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
The
Why
goblin.
didn't you guys buy him a snowsuit like I did for Snickerdoodle?
I don't.
Over here trying to put it on him.
I had to take a nap. I was so tired, and I just couldn't buy anything. And now he's naked.
The goblin.
Oh god.
The goblin family overhears this, and one of the mom goes, "Oh, I have some old baby clothes that might fit your little not rat friend over there. If you want to just take our spare."
Thank you so much. I would like to pay you for this. I don't like just taking baby clothes from a baby. So can I give them like 1 gold?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. Okay, removed. 1 gold removed.
Perfect. So, Theodore is now, dressed in like, trying to think of how to
Little
describe this outfit.
boy.
It is like there's a shirt. I'm trying to think of like a stereotypical like baby outfit. It's like a shirt with a unicorn on it.
Onesie.
Oh yeah, no, onesie with a unicorn on it, and like there's even sparkles and anything, and there's also a hood, and if you put the hood up over Theodore's head, it like makes like the mane and like have a little horn, like it's that kind of onesie, like a complete just like
Aw.
you're a unicorn now.
And I've like
Someone-
half opened like the diaper like area so that his tail can get out.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Someone who can draw. Please draw this and send it to us. Please.
I'm on it.
I need to see it.
Theodore
got a butt
points
flap.
in the direction that the stewardess went, and then makes like an X motion, like trying to tell you something. If you want to figure out what he's trying to tell you, you can do an animal handling check if you want.
Please.
Can I try?
Oh,
Because at this point, I think Finn's sort of.
Yeah,
looking.
go ahead.
I got you.
since it's my
I have a
favorite
plus 0 to this.
enemy, do I get? Oh no, I only get
Oh,
advantage
16.
on intelligence checks. Okay, never mind.
You know what? Because I really want to know what the hell he's talking about. I'm gonna add that D4 that I got. That Avery gave me. I just really want to see. Okay, 18 for Finn.
Also
Okay.
18 for me.
Yeah, so
Yes.
so Basil is like, I don't know what this rat's trying to fucking say. The other two, however, Theodore is like desperately trying to motion, be like, don't tell me that I'm the one, like, he's basically gonna say, basically admitting that he's the Theodore she's thinking of is like, don't tell her, don't tell her, don't tell her, pretend I'm just a rat, don't tell her.
I
As if-
give Theodore the okay hand, and I don't say a word. I'm just like, okay.
Basil's just like, is that your ex-wife? Is that your ex-wife? Because he's just guessing. He's just guessing from the
This
ex.
is your ex. Oh no.
Theodore nods.
Basil's like, okay, I got you, bro.
I know Hug walked away, but would I be able to like, not retroactively, but would I be able to like vibe check her? Like, Finn wants to know if this is like, because he's been around people who have done the like super bubbly thing as like a like pretending to be. He just wants to know if that's like she's genuinely excited or if she's just doing it because this is her
Go
job.
ahead and do a vibe check.
Finn's just suspicious of everyone. He's just like,
What does a vibe check constitute as?
It's insight, yeah.
4.
um,
Oh,
4.
I got a 4. She's plotting to kill us.
with a 4, I'm gonna say that I'm gonna be mean and go between. Just say like you just really can't get a read on it. Like it could be either or. You can't. You're not sure. If anyone else wants to insight check her, you can go ahead.
Callie's busy over here trying to put this little snowsuit on Snickerdoodle.
Hey,
Currently
Callie,
having
wanna
an
roll an
existential
animal handling check
crisis.
to see if you actually get that on Snickerdoodle or not?
Sure.
This. You can do this.
19?
Yeah.
The whole time I'm sitting here like, just Doodle, sit still.
19. Nice.
I can't remember, Alicia. Did you tell viewers what Snickerdoodle looked like?
I don't think we did. Snickerdoodle's a little tiny stoat. They're kind of like a soft brown stoat. And they usually just kind of stick in like my hoodie pockets or something, but since we're going somewhere cold, I got them a snowsuit to wear.
Cute.
Oh
Yep,
my
they
God.
are. They are definitely in that suit now. I mean, you had to fight a little bit, but they're in. Also, Fluxy, I just saw your question. You're still like people are still boarding right now, but you're gonna probably leave in like a couple more minutes. Was
Okay.
anyone else vibe checking Hug?
But the engine's not running.
Yeah, it's not. Actually, I'm gonna say the engine's probably warming up right now, so like it's starting to turn on, but it's not like super loud or anything right now.
Insight, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
I don't think I'm vibe checking, but I had something else that I wanted to ask after.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm trying to think of what I'm gonna tell Lim. Let me think. I think for Lim, I think you're gonna say that, you're getting very mixed signals from her. Like it's really confusing. Like, she seems like she could be really bubbly. She also seems like she could be dangerous, but she also seems terrified of something all at the same time. Like, it's a mix of three, and you really don't know if you should be, like, afraid she's gonna kill you or afraid that someone's gonna kill her and you. Like, there's just something really fucking weird going on with her, and you don't quite know what it is.
Oh man. So Lim is just going through it right now because first Lim has just come to this startling realization that is not a rat, that is a man.
Oh god, this is true.
That is now wearing a unicorn onesie.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And
Love
apparently, and Lim has no idea, but Lim heard that little bit about Hug saying that they knew a Theodore, and is just thinking, "Dear God, please, no." And now is starting to realize that there's something off about Hug in particular. So Lim has not said anything. Lim is just silent, just sitting in the back. Underneath, like, the mask, says one thing, but underneath the mask, Lim is losing it.
Lim just, like, crying behind the mask.
Every now and then I just, like, shake my head.
Oh my god. Oh, by the way, little patch note, Theodore, the curse, he can't really, like, he can't speak to you in common. He has a limited ability to use, like he can't cast spells or anything. So, like, if you wanted to cast Sending, you could talk to him that way. Theodore was always been kind of, like, hinted at being a really smart rat because he's not really a rat. He's a person. He's very respectful, though. Like, if you shared a room or whatever, like, he didn't get in your business. He didn't peek at you while you're changing. Like, he's very respectful. He didn't, like, do anything naughty. So, don't have to worry about that.
Worry about him actually being a rat.
Yeah, no. Form-wise, he's a rat. Personality-wise, he's very sweet, man. You don't know why he got cursed into a rat. You don't know how long ago he's cursed in a rat. Warforged lived for a really long time. And she said that Theodore, she knew, was an elf. Elves also live for a really long time. You don't even know how old this... You don't even know how fucking old Theodore is. Like, you don't know anything about Theodore other than the fact he's nice and is wearing a onesie right now.
So, I have a weird thought. I think Basil has been sitting quietly mulling this over and quietly mulling over the past, like, week or couple days, and is Theodore a demigod that has been punished into rat form?
Ooh.
So are you asking Theodore that, or are you just thinking?
I think I'm gonna, like, lean over and whisper it.
To Theodore? Or
to Theodore. And be like, just nod if it's a yes.
Theodore just, like, tilts his head and looks confused, like, what?
Ooh, that's not a no, though.
So you're saying there's a chance?
I think Basil's
It's
like,
not a no.
I don't trust this rat anymore. Alright, that's all I wanted to ask.
As you say, like, do you verbally say you don't trust this rat anymore?
No, I think he's just thinking, like, I'm a little less trustful of this rat, because he's a lot more trusting of, like, animals and, like, adult people.
Okay. Well, Theodore's just now confused and in a fucking unicorn onesie, and he's kind of like Lim. He's kind of like, he's not feeling too hot either, so he, like, He uses his little rat paws to scratch his head up over his head, and then he curls up in a little ball and is now sleeping on the seat beside Basil. I'm going to say at this point the train starts, and you are headed on your way. So now is your opportunity either to talk to each other more, or you can talk to Hug more, or you can explore the train a little bit. What do you want to do?
Is my ginger ale here yet?
Oh yeah, that's right. She had your order. So Hug comes back and she splits up all the food you ordered. And upon noticing that Theodore is sleeping, she just gives Basil the cheese and he's like, "Oh, I bet he'll love this for breakfast when he wakes up. He's such a little cutie."
Yeah, he's adorable. Thank you. And
Lim
Basil
just
just like scoots the cheese over next to him and then like moves away. I
love Kokia's note. Huddles up in the fetal position.
Love that.
Can I get up and walk towards Kokia?
Yeah. Go for it.
Yep. Just like kneel down so I'm unintimidating as possible and be like, "Hello, Kokia, are you okay?
So loud.
Do you want me to sing you a song? Or will more noise be worse?"
I don't know.
Okay. Okay, I'll try it. This is the first song I thought of, guys, so don't judge. I'm a little teapot, short and stout. And it's like doing the little dance to try and distract Kokia. Here is my handle, here is my spout. When I get up.
When I
This
get
is so
old,
cute.
hear me shout
Is this helping at all?
and pour me out.
Oh
It was a
my
group
god.
effort.
Callie's just in the background laughing like, what is going on? Oh my goodness.
That was a
That
cool
help?
song. Thank you. You have a lot of weird songs here, though.
Yeah, we're weird people. So, you know, weird people get weird songs.
I mean, it's better than Feywild, and songs aren't really a good thing there.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Do you want to put a blanket around your ears, maybe?
That'd be good. Maybe not a blanket, maybe like a shirt or something.
Do we have
Oh,
earmuffs maybe?
do we have earmuffs anywhere? Is Hug, like, near us?
Yeah,
I-
I'll say that
Yeah.
Hug's been going between cars and checking on people, and she comes back in again, and she goes, "Oh, would you like some muffs for your ears? I know it gets quite loud in here."
Please.
All right, she hands a set to you, and she goes, "Anyone else need some earmuffs?"
Thank you.
No, thank you.
All right, just
Good.
let me know if you need anything else. I'll be walking back and forth, and she leaves again, and you're now left back to just the folks in your car. We're gonna like fast forward a bit, so like the train's been chugging along. It's been long enough where it's probably now. I'm gonna say now it's probably like we're fast forwarding, so I'm gonna say it's like dinner time now, like 5 or 6. We'll say that you just ate your dinner. Go ahead, and if you want to explore like the other cars, go ahead and roll either perception or insight check.
I will say that Lim has moved to the sleeper car and is sitting, as you can see, in that little table-ish area. So let me do a perception.
And that one.
Nat 7.
Wow, so many low rolls, friends.
That's a natural one!
Oh my gosh. We both got nat ones.
You know what I think happens with Finn's nat one? I think, so, I don't think I explained this live because I'd established this when we were off stream, but Finn uses a cane for mobility because he has arthritis in his knees. So I think what happens is he gets up And he's like, I'm gonna go like look around, and then I think as he's trying to go to the next car, someone like the door closes in front of him and just bonks him in the face, and he just falls back like a fucking Looney Tunes. He's just like, I'm gonna hang out here, and just kind of gives up.
Lim made the eye holes on their mask too small.
Yeah.
And cannot actually see out of the mask very well.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah, so
Just for
Lim,
looks.
you're sitting in the the little sitting section in the sleeper car, so you're not actually sleeping, right?
No, I'm just sitting. Yeah, I'm not sleeping. I'm just sitting there.
Oh wait, are you in like one of the bedrooms, or are you like in the little like corner that's like just sitting?
The corner with the seats.
Okay, so like you said, you can't see super well with your mask, and because of it, you're like, is that a person sitting across from me, or is that just like a stack of luggage? You're so focused on like trying to figure out if someone's actually across from you or not, and if you should talk, that like you don't notice anything else. Like you're just like, is there someone? Hello? Like
Just sitting there awkwardly, like, should I try to say hello and risk the humiliation if it turns out to be a stack of luggage, or should I just continue to sit here in silence?
Oh, mood.
Lim chooses silence.
Assert your dominance. You make them talk to you. Come on.
And then I'm gonna say Kokia, with your rule, the earmuffs are helping a lot, but you're still kind of like, I'm not super a fan of trains, and you're just kind of like slowly walking, more so trying to distract yourself from like all the loud noise than actually looking for anything. Finn, you described your situation. Basil, I'll come back to you, I think. Callie, with your tech expertise, I'm gonna say, are you walking around?
Yeah, Callie would be walking around, and everyone else in the group would notice her, like, running her hands along, like, the walls and stuff like that, almost like she's reliving a memory or something.
Yeah, so Callie, you're like, you're kind of looking around, touching things, having memories come back, and it's as you running your hand along a wall that you feel an indent. And it isn't until you feel the indent that you notice that the train cars have like a stamp of like who made the car, and it says Haven Enterprises. So this is like a train that was made by Haven Enterprises, which is like one of the most famous like, well, they make a little bit of everything, like weapons, vehicles, all that sorts of stuff. So and you've been around a Haven Tech before, so between that indent and looking at the train specs and that sort of thing, you would definitely know that this is a Haven Enterprises train. Kokia, I love your note about taking the crocs off and hanging them on your antlers. For viewers that are new, crocs are like crocs that are like actual crocodiles, but they're like magic ones though, like they don't need to eat or anything, and they're okay being worn as shoes, so there's that.
These ones actually consented to being shoes.
Yeah. And then Basil,
Oh no.
Basil, I'm gonna say like you just start to lean back to take a nap, and it's like just by chance you look outside, and it's when you look outside that you notice you see a person on horseback, and then the train whooshes by, and there's a gap, and you see another person on horseback, and a train whooshes by. You're like, that's a little weird, but you don't. Other than that, you don't think much of it.
Seems legit.
Um.
Oh, sorry, that was me as Basil. Like, seems legit.
Yep. And so I'm looking at notes people are typing. So looks like Lim is playing their lute. Callie, upon realizing who made the train's looking a bit sad now. I'm just like bouncing between notes and actual speak. Thank you, Stormy, for reminding me of the break. Yeah, so now we've all done your perception checks. So Lim saw, I think. Go ahead.
Would I be able to, after recovering from just smacking into a door, would I be able to like move? I guess near a limb.
Yeah,
Just
go ahead.
I don't want to be by myself. Okay, cool. That's it.
Yeah, you know what?
Oh, hello.
You know what I'm gonna say next is because I haven't told I haven't explained why Friends is knocked out yet. So
Oh no.
I'm gonna say that Friends also gets up and looks around, and Friends actually notices the people on horseback too, and goes, "It's a bit strange they're out here, isn't it? It's pretty cold, and we haven't reached the station yet." And as soon as Friends says that, there's a loud boom, and the train like lurches and like not really in a way that's supposed to be, and you hear the brakes squealing, and like as you're forced to stop, the baby in the sitting car now is crying. People are like all confused, and as this is going on, you're also hearing horse hoofbeats like dun 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 dun. The train is now stopped. You saw some of the snow shift and move. Like you can't see all the way to the front from where you're at, but if you were to make a guess, it might be that either like the front of the train or part of the tracks was just blown up by like the sound because it sounded like explosives. How are y'all reacting?
The baby and the family are in the car that I'm in, right?
Yes.
So I think Basil just instinctively runs over and like gets in like a protective stance in front of them and is like, "Everybody okay? Is the baby okay?"
Oh yes, we are. Thank you. I think the sound just startled us than anything, and I don't know who those riders are. I don't know if you saw the horses, and I don't know what that sound was. And they just kind of like huddle together and like try to avoid the windows, so like they get down from the seat and like they're goblins, so they're really small, so like they go to like sit under the seat, so the seat's covering them and that sort of thing. All right. Anything else to say, Basil?
Probably after he sees that they're safe, for now, like, probably just tries to start, like, looking into the next car without really leaving them.
Oh, and I meant to mention that the whole boom and the train rocking and being forced to stop. I'm going to say that Friends was standing when it happened, and because he was standing / walking when it happened, he does fly back and hit his head, and he's now knocked out, and that's how I'm going to resolve the Caleb not being here. His Friends bonked his head and is now knocked out and laying on the ground. He's fine otherwise, though.
Car was he in again?
He was the
Was
same
he
one
in
as
the-
you, Basil.
Same one as me?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
I'm probably checking on Friends then.
Shove him in the bathroom. He'll be safe in there.
Oh, just
Yeah, I
dump
just
him
start
in.
dragging him into the bathroom and maybe
no.
like motion to the goblin family to get in with him and lock the door.
Yeah, perfect. The Goblin family and Friends will all just be hiding in the bathroom there then. And I'm going to say, Basil, it's just as you do that, you realize that one of the horses isn't actually a horse. There's a centaur, and there's a goblin sitting on the back of the centaur, and they both have guns, and they seem to be peeking through the train windows and like figuring out what car they want to break into first.
This is the poor car. Don't we? No, it's the one
Oh my
to
God.
the left. The other one.
You mean the one that all your friends are
Yeah,
in?
the one that we're in.
No, I said left. I said left.
As soon as, yeah, I think Finn is just instinctively like, "Fuck," and just like I think dives under one of the beds as best he can.
Lim like immediately understands that there's something wrong and runs to like whatever the nearest window is, which there's probably a window right by where he's sitting or where they're sitting. So like Lim is just standing in front of the window looking out trying to figure out what happened.
And
Yeah.
Callie will be running towards the front.
All right, perfect. Kokia?
Well, I was jumping on the bed when the train suddenly stopped. So I flew into the wall.
Why don't you make a
I
dex
rolled
save
a-
for me? Yeah. What was your roll?
I rolled a d20 for getting my horn stuck in something, and I got an 11.
I'll say
get it
that
stuck in a
you
pillow.
got your horns stuck in the wall for a second, but you managed to pull yourself out.
Cool.
Perfect. I was gonna have you roll something like that. You already did it. You're ahead of me, Flux. So okay, that's everybody, correct?
Yeah.
Perfect. So I'm gonna say Lim. Now that you and Finn are in the same room, you're both peeking out the windows, and I'm gonna say that the goblin and centaur are around the Basil right now. I can put some token downs actually. So I was lazy and used the same like cowboy token for all of them, but the centaur and goblin are gonna be over here. You're gonna see 2 riders over here. Kokia, there will be 1 rider over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Callie's gonna see 1 toward the front, so there's gonna be 1 like this way. 6. And then there's gonna be a person getting in the back of the train over here, and that will make sure I counted right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. That should be everyone I had planned. So the train stopped. I'm gonna say that Callie, you're like moving toward the front and peeking out windows as you do so. You can see that this group of like mostly humanoids on horseback. There is 1 centaur. Blew out the tracks in front of you, so the train can't go anywhere but backwards if they were to move. And the train was forced to stop. Like I said, the train could go toward the back, but there's a lot of noise coming from the front, so they might be having issues up front. They're all really bundled up because you are basically on the border right now with the Dracoa Republic, so it is like really cold. They're all bundled up. You mostly only see glimpses of what the people might be. Like the goblin you see because like there's little ears peeking out of like the hood. The centaur is pretty obvious because that's part horse, part human. One of the thieves, I'll say the one that's I'll move it so that they're across from Finn. That thief has like horns sticking out of their hood, so that's a tiefling. So you got centaur, tiefling, goblin. This one, they're so bundled up you can't tell what they are, but there are some sort of humanoid on horseback. This one you see just enough of like of skin to see that they're human. And then this one's toward the front, and this one's gonna be really bundled up too, and you can't tell. And then the person coming on the back, they are half elf like Henry, and they are pretty bundled up too, but they have enough showing that you can tell that they're a half elf and that sort of thing. So I think I'm gonna start with no one's, other than blowing up the tracks, no one's been really. There have been a few like gunshots, like they're trying to scare people, but other than blowing up the tracks, there's been nothing like. It doesn't sound like anyone's been hit with a gunshot yet. It seems like they all have weapons of some sort, whether it's guns or bows or that sort of thing. As the train stops, this half elf, with kind of like tawny colored skin, black braids, has like some facial scarring. I can probably zoom in. Hold on. I can zoom in on their token, or I could just pull it up like this. Hold on. I'm just showing the stream. So they got some facial scarring. Wrong one. There we go. So they got some facial scarring. They got like a blue coat with like fur trim and just like a white shirt on underneath. You're not sure what their role is yet, but all you know is that they've dismounted and that they've broken into the car that Basil is in, and they've got a gun out and they're just kind of like sweeping the room. They see Ferenz first and are like, "Why the fuck is he knocked out?" Like they tilt their head in confusion, and then they look at oh, he's in the bathroom. Sorry, his token was out. Okay, I'll move it there. So like
they open the bathroom. They're like, "Who's in here?" And they're like, "Oh, he's not there."
They had a family of goblins and a knocked out man.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say that they rip open the back door of this first car and like they do a sweep, and they see it's mostly empty except for Basil. And as soon as they say Basil, they just see Basil. They point their gun at him and just go, "Are you the only one in this car?"
I mean, there's some rats, but I don't, You know those people who clear out rats, like, they don't do a very good job. It's such an infestation. Like,
Oh no.
I can't even, like, believe that there's as many rats in this car as there. You should probably just not even come in.
So you're telling me the rat in a onesie isn't a pet and it's just an infestation? Is that what you're trying to make me believe? Because that looks like a pet dressed up for a photo shoot.
Listen, I have no idea what this rat has been doing, okay? That's what we were talking about when you guys so rudely stopped this trip. I was advising him that maybe he should go talk to someone. Like,
okay, how about you stop talking before I shoot you?
Listen, being a rat and just wearing a onesie around just does not seem like it should be happening.
They go, I don't have time for this, be quiet or I'll shoot you.
Well, that's very rude, but
they fire a shot into the ceiling.
Ah! Okay. Can I ask a quick question about their gun?
Yes.
So this is steampunk era, so is it like gunpowder and like old-timey bullets, or is it like modern bullets with like steampunky gun? Like, is it flammable?
I'm going to say it is flammable, but to do anything, we're actually on time for our break right now, so we're going to pick up at 11:06 to deal with this.
Okay, okay, sounds good.
Break time, everybody.
Yay, break time.
Woohoo!